Hello and welcome, everyone. Oh, we've got a newcomer. That's great. My name is Brandy Sanchez, and I am a public services librarian here at the Columbia Public Library, the headquarters for the Daniel Boone Regional Library System. A majority of you are our patrons, which is wonderful, but we also love that our community has extended this evening to include many people from around the state of Missouri. So thank you so much for deciding to spend your evening here with us. Our keynote speaker this evening is Caitlin Jones from Sourcelink, excuse me. And she's going to give you some really amazing resources to take your small business and really get it launched. So you can take it away, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Perfect. Hope everyone can see that. So yes, thank you, Brandy, so much for having me this evening. Excited to share more about Missouri Sourcelink, get you connected to some resources. If you're looking to start a business or growing your business here in the state of Missouri, excited to have you here and share some more. So before we dive in too much, I'm going to share a quick video to give you a little bit of a background on Missouri Sourcelink and who we are.
Got you.
We are Missouri Sourcelink.
And we're here to help you start or grow a business in Missouri. So how do we do that?
You could spend all your time searching the internet,
talking to pricey consultants,
leaping before you look,
or you could save yourself the time and the headache
and reach out to us first.
We can connect you to over 600 support providers across the state.
Seriously, it's our job to know every resource,
the services they offer,
and the best person in that organization to get you moving forward.
These are low and no cost coaches, mentors, and experts.
Trainings, classes, and networking events across the state
to help you do what you love.
Once you contact us, we'll ask you about your business or business idea
and talk about what your goals are.
Then we'll craft you a personal action plan.
That's a step-by-step guide that connects you with the people, organizations, and resources who can help you turn your dream into a business.
Have questions along the way or need your next set of steps?
Just reach out to us again.
So let's make it happen. You can always call us
Monday through Friday
from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
You'll talk to these people.
You're up, marketing team. You can also reach us via email, our social media channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter,
and request your personal action plan on our website.
If you want to see what's ahead of your entrepreneur journey, check out the resource reel.
Explore hundreds of events each month on our business calendar.
We have online resource guides to walk you through, step by step, how to start and grow a business.
And we have stories of local entrepreneurs, often before they make headlines,
to inspire your journey every step of the way.
And finally, we know that what gets measured gets prioritized.
So we measure entrepreneurial efforts and report on how together
we are making Missouri the state for innovation between the coasts.
So why do we do what we do?
Because entrepreneurship is important.
There are numbers to prove it.
Entrepreneurs create 80% of all new jobs in Missouri.
It's entrepreneurs who create the culture and the vibrancy of our region.
Entrepreneurs solve problems, empower others,
innovate the future, create hope and prosperity,
and change the world.
You inspire us with your ideas, innovations, and stories.
Like Janera Moore,
Scott Bachman, Stephanie Campbell,
Anna Haney,
Max Muñeco,
Libby Martin,
Nathan Holmes, Laura Coulter, and Reshma Chamberlain, and Shelley and Jonas Unal.
They are why we do this.
You are why we do this.
So what are you waiting for?
Let us help you make it happen.
Awesome. So that just gives you a little bit of background about who we are and what we do. So in the video, talked about Missouri Sourcelink. We're a statewide referral network that links Missouri business owners to local, regional, university, and statewide resources. You saw that we have over 600 plus resource partners and growing. We're continuing to add more as we come across them. So all of these wonderful resources all across the state to get you started and grow your business. So we link these small business development support organizations to each other and to the entrepreneurs and small business owners. We also measure progress of entrepreneurial efforts and report on how Missouri is becoming the state for innovation between the coasts. So if you arrived a little bit early, some of you shared this in the chat, but I'd love for you to drop in the chat where you're in the process, if you're just starting out, if you're looking to grow your business, or what it is that you need right now to help move your business forward. So Brandy, I'll let you share if there's anything in the chat, but just interested to hear from folks who's in the room and how we can support you at this time.
Great. Okay, just to recap some folks that have shared with us already. Let's see here. Peggy is into farming and would like resources related to that. Aldana is looking to run a food truck coming up. Ruthie has an online art gallery. She's actually dropped that link there in the chat for anyone else who's interested. And we're just waiting for anyone else to share perhaps what maybe you started your small business, or maybe you're still in that ideation phase. But now's a great time to let us know. And then Caitlin will be able to tailor that presentation around your needs. We'll give it a few more seconds. You don't have to be shy here.
I'm curious too, for the folks that did share, if you have been in business for a few years or if you are just starting, kind of where you're at in that journey. And if there's none quite yet, I'll move forward, but don't be shy. Feel free to drop those in there.
All right.
So the reason why I ask kind of where you're at in the journey and who's in the room is because we know that there are different types of entrepreneurs in Missouri. So Missouri Sourcelink, we determined there are 4 different types of entrepreneurs. The first being the micro enterprise businesses, second, Main Street businesses, then second stage and innovation-led businesses. So you can see the percentages here with micro enterprise or those small businesses being the majority of our entrepreneurs in Missouri. So your micro enterprise businesses, these are folks that are looking to create additional personal income. It may be focused around the owner's personal expertise. You probably don't have a physical location quite yet. Some of the resources that you may be looking for would be micro lending programs. This would be funding to get you started, different programs to provide additional starting a business education resources. And then for those Main Street businesses, these are also focused on an owner's passion. These are ones that have a physical storefront. You may have employees or looking to grow your business a bit further. Some of the resources that you may be looking for include operational support services, access to customers or employees. And I also wanted to note here, because of the pandemic and COVID, we have noticed that Main Street businesses have been the most hard hit. So further on in the presentation, I'll share some resources for all entrepreneurs, but specifically for those Main Street type businesses. Then we have the second stage businesses. These are ones that have grown past startup, they're well established, but maybe not quite yet at maturity. You could benefit from adding professional managers. Your owners are ready to move to the next level. Some resources that you may be looking for are finding the next market, exporting resources. Maybe you want to expand to another city or another region, or even another country. And then lastly, the innovation-led businesses. So these are businesses that have some type of technology component to them or a breakthrough process. There's a potential here for a very large market. And some of the resources may be incubators or accelerators. You may be looking for equity funding, which is another type of capital. We have quite a few resources about loans and financing, whether it's venture capital or angel investors. But this one in particular would be the equity funding, and then also pitching and valuation assistance. So I just shared the different types of entrepreneurs, but then I also mentioned that there's different stages of being an entrepreneur.
Oh,
so
Caitlin.
Stages. Oh,
I'm so sorry. If I could just, this is the perfect segue to share some of the things that folks have got in the chat here for us.
Yeah, awesome. So, thank you. Yeah, I cannot see the chat, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, all good. Well, and it's always so hard, right, to be the presenter and the chat keeper. So Peggy looks like she's a newcomer to small business, and she kind of jumped in without any knowledge and would like to get some guidance. Ruthie, she's got a really great website there for her online art gallery, but she hasn't been able to get much traffic. Janet's retiring from teaching. She's got a few ideas and also would like to learn some of those beginning steps. Peggy also adds here that she'd like to know a lot more about like how to the legalities of starting a new business and how to expand products. So thank you all so much for that feedback. I'm going to give it back to Caitlin.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that kind of where you are at in the business. So I'll explain here some of the stages. So stage one, which sounds like many of you folks tonight are in that first ideation inception stage. So this is where maybe you have a business idea, but you haven't fully developed your plan. At this stage, you're learning how to turn your dream into a real life business and determining who in your region can help you. What are the resources in your area or across the state that can help support you during this time? Stage two, this is market intro. So maybe you have validated your idea, you know that you have a market, you're ready to develop your product a bit further, enter the market, and gain your first set of customers. In order to get there, you'll want to test your concept, market your product or service, and distribute it to your customers. Exactly what it says, market intro. How can you get your product into the hands of those that want it? Stage three is rollout. This is where you have a business model, your proven value proposition, you have operations processes that work, and you have your customers. You're continuing to grow your professional network. Maybe you're even looking for some additional capital, all so you can keep the momentum going. You have a great starting point, but you want to keep the traction, and maybe you're looking to expand a bit further. And then lastly is your growth expansion stage. So this is where you have an established business, you're generating consistent flow of income, and you're ready to kick things up a notch. You're ready to look for hiring employees, expanding your workspace, reaching other markets, whether that's locally or exporting globally. So I know a lot of you were the idea stage, but dream big and you can do all of these things and get through all of these different stages. So how does Missouri Sourcelink do it? So in the video, we went through some of our resources, which I'm going to share here as well. We have a comprehensive calendar, our resource navigator, the resource rail, personal action plans, entrepreneurs in action, startup guides, our blog, and social media. So the first thing is our website. So you go to mosourcelink.com. This is our landing page. Maybe a bit overwhelming at first, but don't get scared. There's tons of great resources on here that can help you. We also have our hotline, which is 866-870-6500. So if you don't want to search through things, completely understand, it's information overload these days. So you can just give us a call. You'll speak with me or one of my colleagues, and we'll get some information about your business, your industry, your stage, what it is that you're looking for, and gather some personal information, such as your email, so that we can send you those resources, your zip code for where you're located, and your phone number. And then we'll craft a personal action plan, which I'll dive into a little bit more here in a bit. And we also do a follow-up survey. So for every interaction that we have, we'll follow up with you a month later just to see how things are going. Were we able to connect with those resources that we provided you with? Were you able to get the steps that you wanted to do? Were those accomplished? And are you looking for other assistance? How can we support you? We're also a nonprofit, so all of this is free. We're not going to charge you anything. We're just here in the business of helping other business owners. So yeah, definitely give us a call and we'll get you connected to those resources. So the personal action plan, think of this as a step-by-step to-do list of where to go next for your business. So for folks that are looking to start, I have an idea, but not really sure where to go, we'll connect you with your local library. So Daniel Boone Regional Library, if you're in the Columbia area, for some of your market research. If you're looking for business planning resources, we can get you connected to some workshops or other classes that might be able to help you. And we'll provide you with a contact person and a name and the phone number so that you have that warm handoff rather than just searching for resources out in the open. We'll provide you with that personal touch of those connections to make. We also have the option to meet with a network navigator virtually. So I shared the hotline if you want to call, personal action plan if you just want to fill out a form online, but also if you want to meet with someone face-to-face, more than happy to do that. We would send you a Zoom link and you could just meet with us as if you're having coffee and share about your business, and we'll get you connected to those resources. And then we have our resource rail. So if we were all meeting in person right now, I would hand you one of these, but we also have these available to download on our website. Essentially what this is, it's a subway map of resources all across the state. So if you look on the left side here, this is the rail of connecting you to those resources again, what stage of business you are and what resource it is that you're looking for. And then on the right, we have it split up by region of the state. So again, I know this is largely Columbia folks, but we did have some folks from St. Louis and other areas of the state. So you can see some resources in your specific area. And then we also have the Resource Navigator. So this is on our website. If you want to search all of the resources that we have, our hotline is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, but this is available 24/7. So if you want to just do a search for some information, you would put in your zip code or your region, and then you could specify what it is that you're looking for, whether it's industry or stage of business, type of business, and then get resources that are near you for that specific need that you're looking for. Then we also have our calendar. So I guess the nice thing about being virtual is that you can attend events from all over the state. So on here, you'll find quite a few different networking opportunities or workshops. Again, I mentioned like business planning workshops, pitch competitions, LLC clinics, really anything for your business to get connected with other entrepreneurs and other resources across the state. And we also have a newsletter. So that link that you see at the bottom of the screen will get you to this landing page to sign up for our newsletter. We do a monthly events newsletter with resources from all across the state. We also highlight different awards or competition deadlines that are coming up. It's once a month, so we won't be in your inbox too often, but just a good way to know about some of the events that are coming up across the region. Then we also developed our COVID-19 business resources page. So I mentioned the Main Street businesses. On this page, you'll find different information, grant opportunity, loan opportunities that have come out during COVID. We're continuing to update this as we come across new information, but it's a good kind of one-stop shop for all of the COVID business resources and updates. And then, yep, this is the small business financing one. This is the one that has the different loan and grant opportunities. PPP has since closed, but we had that on there. The Restaurant Revitalization Fund will be on there. Shuttered Venue Operators Grants, all of these programs that have come out. And then we mentioned that we like to report out on different entrepreneurial measures. So we have two reports, the Show Me Jobs and the Show Me Capital. We know that entrepreneurship is a great job creator for Missouri. So these reports will share a little bit more about that. So those are all the resources that I have for you. I'm happy to connect. Again, you can meet with us virtually, request a personal action plan, or give us a call. And yeah, feel free to reach out, and happy to connect. And I look forward to learning more about your business and how we can support you.
Awesome. Caitlin, thank you so much. So as you've been talking about these great resources, I've been dropping them in the chat. So all of our attendees, if you see there in the chat, I've listed that hotline for you. Of course, we will have a recording of this presentation. So if you need to get those numbers or search for that, it certainly will be available to you. But I've dropped links for the downloadable resource rail, the resource navigator, as well as the event calendar and the newsletter sign up. I follow that newsletter sign up as a librarian, and it's immensely helpful. So thank you so much for all of just the gathering of information that you do. It's so helpful. And Ruthie here actually has a question about that calendar. And she's like, she sees that there's a class called How to Make Your Website Work for You. How does she get connected with that? How does the calendar work?
Yeah, so if you go to our website and go to the calendar, you can search for events. So you mentioned, how does the website work for you? If you're looking, that would probably fall under marketing sales is how we would tag that. So you could search the calendar for marketing sales classes and see what comes up. But all of these events are hosted by our resource partners. So that's the over 600 resource partners that we have. All of these community organizations will be hosting those events. So those events are not hosted by Missouri Sourcelink, but rather our partners that would host those events, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're in the Columbia area, they do offer many resources and workshops through the Women's Small Business Center here, and they're free. They're another
Yeah.
wonderful free resource that's been helpful. And they do a lot about promoting your business through social media channels as well as website promotion. I'd highly recommend reaching out to them because they also offer free counseling services.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
they're a great one. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but all of our partners that we work with, they're other nonprofits. So all of their services are going to be free or low cost as well. So I mentioned that all of our services are free to get connected, but all of the ones that we will connect you with are also free or low cost.
That's really powerful. That's so powerful, especially as we're beginning. There's this great book called The $100 Startup. And this is how you make that happen. Because most of us,
true.
We've got day jobs, and this is a side hustle that you might be cultivating into something more meaningful, right? So you want to take those steps and keep it affordable. So that we're so grateful. We're so grateful. Any other questions in here that folks might have? Questions about getting an action plan, what that looks like. Let's see. Sometimes I know it takes people a few minutes sometimes to think of something. So.
And yeah, I know too, there were a few folks that were looking specifically at food-based businesses or farming or agriculture. We are working on developing more of the agricultural business partners on our Navigator, because we know there are quite a few out there. So be sure to just check out, because that is coming soon your way. But I know specifically in Columbia, not sure if those folks were in Columbia, but there's Como Cooks, which is a new commercial kitchen that opened pretty recent, I think within the past year or two. So if you're looking for a commercial kitchen space, I know that one is opening up in Columbia.
And I believe that's connected with, I'm trying to remember.
I think they have some affiliation with Mizzou, but I'm not 100%. I know they're also with the Regional Economic Development, I think kind of connected. So that's another great resource in Columbia as well.
There's another side organization that works with trying to work on business development along the business loop. And so I believe it might be somehow associated with that too. So I believe the kitchen is out there in the Parkade Center. And it's really great. They also, I'm gonna have to look it up right now. They also do a fabulous newsletter. And in fact, it's kind of funny because I could look at the health department's website, but instead I've been following this newsletter because they give me the rundown before I can even read about it in the news. That's how great they are. Let me see here. The Loop. That's what it's called.
The Loop. Yep.
Yeah. And their slogan is "It's good to be in the loop." But they are really working a lot with makers as well. So if you're into crafts, creative projects, technology, makerspace, they're a really great resource. So it's another cool free one to get connected with. Let's see here. Coming back to my Zoom. There we go. All right. Not seeing that there's a lot of questions. That's okay. I want to take you on a quick tour of some of the library's resources as well that will help you all out. Oh, wait. Yeah, we got another one. Aldana says, I'm so intimidated. You're in good company, my friend. We're here to support you.
100%.
I'm the daughter of an immigrant single mother. No one ever thought owning a small business would be possible, and I have been discouraged from it due to the risk. Have you seen other entrepreneurs be successful with these resources with a similar background?
Yeah, great question. And thank you so much for being here and sharing your story with us. One that comes to mind, I believe you were in St. Louis. I might be confusing that with someone else, but I know there is actually the International Institute in St. Louis. Okay, perfect. You're in St. Louis. So that would be a good resource to connect with. They actually have a small business component. Also the Mosaic Project, that's another good one in St. Louis that works with immigrant entrepreneurs. So yes, definitely this can happen. There is success. Keep going. You're on the right track, and definitely happy to get you connected to those resources. But yeah, don't give up. You're doing great. By showing up tonight, you're doing the start. Oh, thank you for dropping that.
Awesome. Yeah. And I've got that link there for you for the International Institute. And Mosaic, that was the name of the other organization?
Yep, the Mosaic Project. They're actually affiliated with the St. Louis Economic Development Partnership, I believe. And they have a lot of great networking events. They do like coffee chats with other entrepreneurs, things like that. Just if you're looking for a community, that would be a great resource.
I think one of the most powerful things about Sourcelink is that you have connections that we can't even begin to fathom. And I mean, just the depth of your resources is just amazing. But also, it enables us as Central Missourians to learn from experts from across the state. Am I correct? So, like anyone, I could take a class in Cape Girardeau,
Yep.
Huntsville, and vice versa. And we do have lots of folks who take our classes completely for free too, which is great. So, my
Yeah.
goodness. Thank you.
There's so many classes and resources that are open to anyone, even if you're just have an idea, you want to get started. But yeah, anywhere that you're in Missouri, we can get you connected to top, bottom, left, and right of the state. I'm happy to do so.
Great. Okay. If anyone has more questions, feel free to pop those in. In the meantime, I'm going to borrow the stage here and do a little screen sharing as well. We're going to go back here to the library's website. If you have a library card, it's going to be it's on the back of your library card. It's www.dbrl.org. And it's kind of a mouthful, Daniel Boone Regional Library. And so the resources I'm going to show you are accessible for our card holders only. But I do know for a fact that folks in Kansas City, Mid-Continent, St. Louis County, St. Louis City, St. Charles, those folks all have access to these resources through your local public library. And if you don't have access through your local public library, you can always come to any of our facilities, into any of our buildings, use our public access computers and still use these resources. They just won't be accessible remotely. So that priority, I'm afraid, goes to library card holders who live in Boone or Callaway County. So here I'm showing you our website. And what I've done is clicked on Research and Learn. And you'll find some of our most important ones, including reference solutions. If you're a crafter, we also have resource subscription to Creative Bug, which is owned by Joanne's Fabric. But if you're a crafter who also sells those crafts, it's a wonderful resource to help expand your craft business. What I wanted to do instead was come over here to Topics and click on Business. And from this topic guide, you'll find all of our resources listed in one place. So here again in Columbia, we have links to all of our local area partners, including SCORE, the Missouri Business Portal, Women's Missouri Business Center, and including the University Startup Center as well. National organizations that you might be interested in, newspaper journals, and this resource here. We excel at helping folks do market research. Who are you going to sell your product to? And how can you perhaps expand that audience? And so reference solutions is the best key to do that. When you click on reference solutions from home, it will ask you to put in your library card number. And after you do that, your PIN number is your birthday with all 8 digits. So it'll be like 01, 02, 19, whatever. And you'll see here that you can research, do all kinds of research on millions of businesses nationwide. So maybe you're trying to find comparable businesses to see how they organize their startup. But there's no one in this area. Well, you can search nationwide. And we've got all kinds of information. And you can really, really narrow it down to neighborhoods, census tracts. You can look at income levels of folks. You can export mailing information. So perhaps you're doing mailing print marketing. They do have a connection to an email vendor. So you can potentially purchase emailing lists as well. That's an extra service outside of what the library provides, but it's really great. Also, you can search standard white pages. So for those folks who still have a landline, you can also search phone numbers. Totally unrelated, but helpful. We use it all the time when people ask us for phone numbers. So that's one resource I wanted to show you. Another great one here is called Legal Forms. So these are templates for commonly asked forms. So if you got trademark information, patent paperwork, landlord lease agreements, you'll find templates for all of those legal documents here within Legal Forms. Perhaps you're looking to file for limited liability or incorporation status. Whatever your business structure looks like, you can find that paperwork here as well. So it gives you a really great jumping off spot because maybe you need to define or flesh out some things in your business plan to kind of figure out where you want to go. And so those forms are completely available for free and for you to customize. So not only do you get them, but they're fillable too. So whenever you need to move forward with that, you can move. It's great. It's great. I'll tell you more about the email source. I'm not as well versed about that. I'll come back to that. let me hit the back button. And I'll give you a little test run because we're kind of ending a little early, and that's okay. So if I click on search under US businesses, you can search company names, states, so on and so forth. But if you go to advanced search, this is really where it's the most powerful, because you can come here and search by all of these facets. So if you're looking for company information, that's great. Digging in here, if you go to their learning center, Reference Solutions has an excellent learning center, and that's where they'll help you dig in further to figure out how to find marketing information and go into that. What happens is, as you search for things and as you're searching for tracks of people that meet a certain demographic, that list will pop up with physical mailing addresses, and there's usually a banner that says, would you like email addresses as well? And you click that and it'll take you to a site that allows you to purchase those lists. But there's a lot more to email marketing than just purchasing a list. You can also drive a lot of traffic through social media promotion and, creating an opt-in for your email list. If somebody comes to your website, can you give them a downloadable free PDF to something that you offer to entice people to share their email addresses? So there's a lot into that. I have to admit, before I was a librarian, my background is in marketing, PR, and advertising. So marketing is totally my jam. Let's see.
I love that. That's great to know.
Well, it's really funny because one of our children's librarians, she has a background in criminal justice. So I was like, kids, don't mess with her. Just don't go there. Other questions I can help you with. I'm just going back. Again, that advanced search, you could just get lost for hours in it. And the Learning Center up here at the top notch. They have live webinars, at least 2 per week. And they also have archived webinars for you to search for. So if you want to do it on demand, and right now is the most convenient for you. Reference Solutions was recently bought out by this company, Data Axle, but we've still had the same level of high customer service with them. So I highly recommend them. Oh, there it is. US Consumers and Lifestyles. Oh, this is the one that I love. So you can search people by age, marital status, gender, occupation, home value, income, it's pretty amazing. And so you can see where we get real specific. And if you're doing a mailing campaign within a specific neighborhood, or maybe you're trying to reach a segment of your community that doesn't frequent your store, visit your website, or use your service, well, here's a great way to identify who those people are and connect with them. So this is where you would look for that. We offer a whole class on this, so I don't want to go too far in there because, again, it's really easy to get in the weeds. Woo, but it's exciting. It's exciting. I love my data. Okay, going back here to the library's website. We also have the Small Business Reference Center. And so this is where you're going to find a lot of what we call NOLO guides. I can't actually think of the name right now. But these are all these legal handbooks. And in our collection, you can also check out the print copies. But this is really helpful. So it's got a whole book here of consultant and independent contractor agreements and employers' legal handbooks if you're ever hiring staff, fundraising for nonprofits. So all of these popular source guides, again, the library has most of them in print, but this gives you instant access right now. Patent, copyright, trade, trademark, Women's Small Business Startup Kit. So that's just some of the cool stuff that we've got. Any other questions? What is under New Movers Homeowners? Oh, those are people who have recently moved to those areas. So say you're in downtown and you've already done extensive marketing downtown and maybe you've seen a dip in sales. But in our example, Columbia is a transient community. So we've got a lot of turnover where people live, particularly in the downtown area. So maybe you just want to reach new homeowners because you've already connected with the people you're pretty sure they know, right? They're going to visit your store if they aren't. You can select just new homeowners to connect with just new people in that neighborhood. So it really helps you save your advertising dollar. It's really robust. And you can download those resources, the information that it shares with you. So And actually, Ruthie, while you're here, I want to share this with you. You can schedule one-on-ones here with us at the library. If you come here to the search box, you can just type in one-on-one. You can also visit us under using the library. Either way. And we file it away here under Tech Help because this is one of our online resources. You can request a virtual tech appointment with us, and we'd love to connect you. We have a librarian. Her name's Nina Sappington. She has worked with this resource from the beginning since we first acquired it many, many years ago. So she's very, very knowledgeable and can tell you so much more than I can, and we'd love to connect you with her. So if you just fill out this form for us, I get the link, I forward the information to Nina, Nina gets in touch with you, you set up a Zoom appointment with her, and it goes from there. I want the appointment now. I have to admit, we usually need at least a week because of the way we do our staff scheduling. But yeah, we will do our best. And if you come into the building and ask for Nina, she would love to tell you about this. She is just amazing. She is our wizard. She's also the head of reference, and we're very grateful for what she teaches us, that's for sure. Other questions? All right, I'm gonna stop screen sharing. Okay. Anybody else before we wrap up this evening? Again, we will have a recording available on our website. It'll be on our YouTube channel. You can also visit us at dbrl.org/events. And on that page, you'll find all of our archived events, which is great. So we do so much more than just workshops. So this is certainly a big part of it. We offer adult concerts. We offer storytelling. We've got some really great self-care workshops coming up because everyone needs a little help in that department these days. So whatever floats your boat, the public library certainly has it. And if we don't, then give us a call. Let us know. We can buy books for you that we don't own. We can connect you with community resources that likewise you might not also be aware of. And if you've got an idea for a program, let us know. We'll do our best to incorporate that. It might be online, at least until later on this fall. So, all right. Yay. Thank you, Aldana. Thank you. Well, you all have a wonderful evening. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.